Only thing is,
it's soft, cushion, comfortable, completely safe, warm. Allow your body to leave. See this place becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. She's gone. Now to dictate chapter 5, book 3, the continuing series. Chapter 5, Seeing Auras. Imagine a small child sitting on the floor with a huge drawing pad before her. Propped up on an easel, she is positioned in a place where she's comfortable with many colors, with many colored pencils, crayons beside her on the floor. She's a happy child, and she is about to draw a picture. Her tablet is thick with many pages that she can turn or tear off, those that she doesn't care for. She's deciding to make a perfect picture. So she frees her imagination and she begins. She looks at the colors on the floor. She has them spread around her. She picks one that she feels is very pretty. She begins to draw a picture. I will say at this point that you may want to say in place of she, the child. You see, tries very much to relate this material to herself and integrate it. Something I feel is extremely admirable of her, and I respect her efforts as well as yours. So at times the word she is used and it needs to be corrected. I'll leave this to you, Joan. The child might be appropriate rather than she, for you see, what most of you don't understand is that you are male and female, both. You're all one. And when I use the word she, it is a mistake possibly, for there's those who aren't able to understand that and take offense to it. So, that was a short interruption from my lecture, but necessary. Child chooses the color most appealing, begins to draw a picture. Imagination's free and flowing, and she draws and she draws and she draws, becoming tired occasionally of the color that she's using and choosing another one, and then perhaps another one, sometimes stopping to look at what's being presented in the paper before her, making decisions to change this or that. Other times, feelings arise of discomfort or irritation. She decides that picture's not appealing at all. So she tears it off, throws it away, starts over again. New page, trying some different shades and colors. What I'm describing to you is yourself. I'm describing yourself. Your world as you created. You create your reality every instant, every moment, every hour. As you know of time, you're drawing pictures. And quite often you don't take time to look at them. Or to even accept the concept that you have created them. You just run around inside of your picture, totally oblivious to the fact that you created it all, making some absurd attempts at times to relate to it, adjust to it, love it, justify hating it, but never owning the fact that you are this child sitting on the floor drawing pictures. I'm suggesting that you sit back From time to time, look around your world and realize it's a giant picture book filled with many colors, many designs, all created by yourself. That's the beginning of becoming in touch with your feelings. Feelings and energy are one. Energy is a force. Energy is the connecting, existing force that is. The power that permits you to go everywhere, experience everything. Anger, hate, stress-motivated energy is also permitted by the force. You see, when you surrender to yourselves, to the power, to the force being that of love that permits you to do everything, to create everything as you see it, then you realize that this force, which is love, has also created you, allowed you, to create stress-generated energy, believing it to be real, believing it to be necessary. You cannot even do that without the power, which is love, which many term as God, but I'm saying which is who you are. You are love. You are a small child sitting on the floor making pictures, deciding what colors are attractive, what you'd like to have represented on your paper, how you would like to improve your picture, or perhaps destroy it, when you like to start a new picture, or whether you'd like to spend a lifetime perfecting the same one, or perhaps simply embellishing what is there. Now, I'm bringing the concept of creating your reality closer to your awareness. My illustrations are more descriptive. And this, my friends, can be a moment of decision to you, for you, if you choose to have it be. For you will decide to relate to my concept, coming to the realization that what I am telling you is truth, or you can reject it completely. You will do one or the other. If you can, if you care to, permit yourselves to grasp this image. Become the child who you are, creating your world. You will advance to great degrees. Your perception will begin to change, and you will experience freedom. Freedom to explore your world, to look at your pictures, decide what feelings they arouse within you, what is there, what it is you've created that you feel comfortable with, what it is you'd like to change, what you would like to improve, perhaps making more beautiful. You might care to erase certain parts and certain designs. The choice is yours. You've created it all. Everything that you look upon is an aspect of yourself. Seeing auras is not something exclusive to certain persons. Everyone has the capacity to see auras, for you create what it is you see. And if you're willing to look at it in this light, with the awareness that you've created it, you will see past the designs, and you will begin to see colors, lights surrounding the objects that you have created and placed before you. For there's energy that extends from everything. And when a person is able to see rather than simply look, they see feelings extending or perhaps projecting from the designs they've created. There are many of you who feel auras, feel the field around things, persons. Perhaps you've entered a room and you immediately feel something. You become sensitive to your surroundings. This is feeling the field, the energy field that's being extended from the objects surrounding you or persons. This is being sensitive. Book 4 will detail this area of this subject, cross out area of this subject. Book 4, let's start that sentence again. Book 4, entitled Fine Tuning, will be detailing this subject. I have given you a glimpse in the previous chapter by describing to you the funnel and the feelers, permitting you to understand the difference between sensations and feelings, realizing that you are able to determine projected versus extended energy and allow only love to filter through the funnel and enter your being, and in turn extend from your being. This has been described in chapters 3 and 4. The colors the child chooses are in fact the aura, the field, the energy that he or she has decided upon experiencing. Colors surrounding you are a clue to the energy field that you are exploring and existing in. Once again. And I want you to realize that the picture the child is drawing is representing the mood the child is experiencing. In other words, if the child is feeling joyful and excited, and perhaps it's Christmas time, it's drawing Christmas trees, pretty colors, pretty pictures. If his mood is one of depression, pain, unhappiness, he may make an ugly picture showing monsters and dark, using dark colors, depicting his mood. You see, this is what your world represents to you, your mood. You give everything you see all of the meaning it has to you. I've said that statement many times, and of course it's also quoted in the material the texts of the Course in Miracles. Now perhaps you have a better understanding of what that means. Your mood will determine the picture that you draw, and therefore the world that you create. And if you will but take time to examine your world, realizing you've created it, seeing it as a picture you've placed before you, experiencing the feelings you receive from looking at the picture, you will become in touch with yourself, with your own feelings, rather than projecting and projecting meaning, believing that the world is doing something to you. You will be recognizing that you extend from within. You create your world, you draw the picture, you extend onto the paper the mood that you decided to experience. You've extended. Those who believe and in projection, making projection real, project their feelings outward, and then decide that the picture determines their mood rather than their mood determining the picture. So you see, we are always extending. It's only a belief that permits individuals to believe in projection. And one who takes responsibility for extending takes responsibility for their feelings. And the way to begin to do that is to look at your world Look at your picture and experience what it feels like. Take time to sit back and view your life. Look around you. Change your focus. Look at all sides, all angles of your picture, your world. And then you can determine what your feelings are. For there are many who are so completely out of touch with what they feel, and they do not know how to begin to experience feelings or take responsibility for themselves. And I'm giving you a clue now, a method to do this. That being to sit down, realize that you are the child drawing the pictures that are being represented to you, extending your feelings onto the paper. And that is the beginning of becoming in touch with yourself, with the power that you possess, which is life, which is the force. Now those that maintain belief, the concept of projection being real, do not, one, take responsibility for creating their reality. They simply project all sorts of pictures onto the paper, and they do not own take any responsibility at all for drawing that picture. In other words, they are not experiencing the connecting force. They are disassociating themselves from what they see. They are maintaining a belief in separation, projecting feelings onto a paper, and then believing that that picture that they look upon is separate from themselves, causing them to feel whatever it is they do. I'm saying when you own the fact that you have drawn the picture, you become one with it. And of course, it's a clue to your mood if you're not in touch with it. It can be. It can be a beginning of knowing who you are, and a beginning of experiencing freedom to change what you see if you care to. You're not the victim of the world you see, for you have created it. A quote from the Course in Miracles. And you see, extension and knowing of extension is knowing of oneness this knowing of power, this knowing of love. Love the monsters. They're a part of yourself. They're representing your mood. They are feelings that you are enabling yourself to look at and explore and change. They are allowing you freedom. They are the jewels, the gems that you so desire to keep buried so much of the time as you know of time. These monstrosities that you have at times created and surrounded yourself with are jewels, for they are your opportunity given to yourself to know yourself, to know what it is you feel, and to know, most importantly, that you created that feeling, and you did so in order to experience freedom. Freedom to change it. The belief in projection is a stuck belief. It is saying, I have no freedom. I'm a victim of this monstrous picture. Some deny their feelings, live in their monstrosity. Monstrous. Live within this monstrous world they've created and shield themselves from what they feel about it. They are insulators. Some resist and fight with what it is they do not like, but neither reaction is one of freedom. True freedom brings about the experience of true control, knowing that what you created is something, because of having created it, allows you the freedom to change it. And you see, you can look back through the pictures. If you turn them rapidly, making a new one each day, you can flip back through the pages of time and make one of those past pictures your now experience, just as those who maintain the belief in reincarnation. Of course, they've made some past pictures as they've gone around the wheel of time, as you know of time. And there are those who become intrigued with the idea of flipping back the pages of time and dwelling on those past pictures, making them now. And that, my dear friends, can become an avoidance, a restricting, limiting existence, one prohibiting yourself from experiencing the freedom that you possess. For the past is not the present. And every moment you are presented with a clean paper, with an opportunity to pick up any color you'd like, create whatever environment you choose to, and you see, as you begin to realize this, your moods will become lighter, for with the experiencing of freedom, one feels light and joyful, and therefore begins creating pictures that depict the mood, the feeling of freedom. Freedom is a beautiful experience, one that is your natural inheritance, one of love, removing you from time, knowing that there is no time, for you're in charge of time. You can create any picture, any time you care to. You can flip back through the pages of time, going into the past, making it the present. You can go far into the future and draw beautiful pictures of what you care to have come. So you see, you are in charge of time. You can sit back and enjoy the moment. And now you can focus on objects around you. And very slowly glance around your immediate surroundings, changing that focus, becoming intrigued with each item you look upon. So you not only draw the pictures, you experience them. And as you recognize your freedom, your pictures become more beautiful, for your mood becomes light and joyful, and would you not agree that if you are indeed able to create any type of scene you'd like, you would want to create one that represented beauty? With this very thought, your mood will lift, and you will begin to remove yourself from beliefs that illusions representing pain and depression are real. They are not. They are simply the product of a belief in projection, a belief that you are the victim.